What's up, everybody? It's Dan here, and today I'm going to be giving you my take on how much and where to apply colognes. Now, when I was a young man, I asked a girlfriend of mine, I asked her dad, that question. And he told me one spray on the front of the neck, one spray on the back of the neck, and one spray on the chest. Now, on the chest, I always did on my shirt. And it seemed to work fine. I didn't get any staining on my shirt. Pretty much my whole life, I have worn Dracar or Aqua di Gio, and it seemed to work fine. But now, over the past few months, I've got a little bit different view on that. You know, a few months ago, I went looking for that same question again and came across videos where a lot of people were talking about your pulse points, you know, on the side of your neck and on your wrists, because it generates more heat there, so your fragrances will work a little bit better. But my thought on that is, you know, we're human beings, our whole body's warm, you know, so I don't know, I just kind of spray it wherever works for me. And generally what has worked for me is on each side of my neck and on my upper arms here. Now, I started off with doing it on the wrists, but then at work I washed my hands a lot, and I started to think, you know what, I'm probably just washing that fragrance off, so what's the point of that? So I kind of go up a little bit higher on my arms here. But every fragrance is really different, and there's really no true answer to how to do it, I think. It's really just trial and error. Now, some frags are really heavy and some are light. And it's just, you just got to ask. You know, I ask my fiance if I get a new frag, if I'm overpowering, if it's overbearing, you know, or I find out the hard way from someone at work that tells me, which is cool. I appreciate that, because then I know to tone it down. That one's a monster. That one's a beast, you know. Because I definitely don't want to be that guy who stinks people out, because, you know, that sucks. You can't breathe, and you're just thinking it in your head, what is this guy trying to prove? What the hell's wrong with him? You know? But I just wouldn't be afraid to ask. You know, you could ask your girlfriend, you could ask your mother, your dad, your friends. Just don't be afraid to ask, you know. It's basically just trial and error. And I have found with some fragrances too, it's not bad to spray it on your clothes. In fact, I kind of like that sometimes. It seems to stick around a little bit more and stay with you. And, you know, if your girlfriend or whatever likes to sleep with your clothes, you leave your scent on there. That's pretty cool, you know. They tell you they sleep with your shirt the whole night. That's always a good feeling. And but some do stain your shirt though, and it seems to me that the ones with the darker colors will stain your shirt. I've learned that one. So I generally don't do that with any liquid that's got dark color with it. And you know, as far as like where to spray, that's kind of up to you. Just trial and error. For me, I generally do one on each side of the neck. I do one spray on each of my arms here, and I'm good to go. And if it's a lighter fragrance, I'll do one on my shirt here, and maybe one on the back of my neck too. And but I've noticed some differences. I noticed something with Burberry Sport. You know, with Burberry Sport, I would spray it on my arms here, but it seemed to kind of fade fast. And then one day I tried it on the top of my arm here, and it lasted for hours. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's because it's sticking to my hair or what, but the scent didn't turn foul or nothing. It stayed like the top notes the whole way through and smelled good. So I just run with that for Burberry Sport. I just spray the top of my arms and it works. I haven't really tried that out with a lot of other frags yet, but I'm sure that I will, just to see. You know, it's just kind of an experiment. I wish that I had a good answer, you know, but I don't. It's just trial and error. Don't be afraid to ask, and don't stink anybody out. You know, just smell good. That's all I can say. But that's pretty much my take on how much and where to apply, and I hope it helps out a little bit. And you guys take care, and we'll see you soon.